Hello and welcome back to the Solopreneur Insights series, where I share with you the full real-time behind the scenes of growing my online businesses. In this series, I'm sharing with you all of the lessons, all of the takeaways, and everything that you can learn as I grow my online coaching business and my app startup Spotlight as well. In today's video, I'm very excited to take you through, for the first time in this series, a client spotlight. So I'm going to be walking you through how one of my clients recently hit 6 figures in her business on a 4-day work week. So I'm going to be walking you through the exact stats, what this looked like before, what this looked like after, and what we actually did with her. So I'm going to be walking you through case study style, exactly what we focused on, what we worked on together, and what lessons you can really take away for your own business as well if you're aiming to hit 6 figures while working 4 days a week. So before we jump into the lessons and the key takeaways from this client story, I want to share with you the stats of what this actually looked like before and after. So before we started working together, right at the start, day one, she was in a place where she was really at an income cap. So she was a done-for-you service provider, so it was very much trading her time for money. She had an hourly rate essentially with her clients, and she was very much stuck at the $3,000 a month mark and was really struggling to get past this any months at all. All of her clients as well were pretty much coming through referrals. There wasn't much outward marketing. It was very much relying on people coming to her. And again, that creates something which is very inconsistent in terms of we can't necessarily predict how much income she was going to have the next month or the month after that, or even a few months down the road. She had absolutely no idea how much she was going to be making. So it's very difficult then to make long-term decisions, obviously, in your business when it's very much running month to month of seeing how much you're possibly going to be making that month, and also whether you're going to get any clients coming to you in the first place. So that's where she was when we started working together. And then a few months later, so this is around 90 days later, what actually happened then was completely different story. So just a few months into working together, she had back-to-back $6,000 months. This was doubling her income. And also she was in a place, which was the most important thing to her, where she was able to actually predict her revenue going forward as well. So for example, at the end of 1 month, she was able to already know she had $5,000 minimum coming in the very next month before it even started, before it even got to the first of that month. So she actually had more predictability and more stability within her business as well. And she was finally able to utilize those social media platforms she had been building on the side and actually sign clients from those specifically, instead of purely waiting on referrals coming to her. So she was actually getting a steady stream of clients coming in through her own marketing as well. So again, a completely different situation here, a completely different shift that she'd made over these just few months working together. And we're going to break down what that actually looked like, so what she actually did and what you can take away from that in your business as well. Now, one of the very first areas we focused on with this client was her marketing and her visibility. So making sure she was actually able to put herself out there in front of her ideal clients and actually get people reaching out to her instead of relying on referrals and people just happening to recommend her to somebody. Actually making sure that she was taking charge of that and she was actually intentionally doing some things about that. So that looked like, for us, going out and getting her on podcasts, getting her speaking gigs, and getting her actually in front of her ideal client, which for her and her niche worked really well for reaching those specific people. And as well, just reviving some of those social media posts which she'd been doing anyway, but just doing them more strategically and doing them more intentionally towards actually leading towards booking calls with her and working with her. So the very first lesson I want you to take from this is you need a sales process in your business. As much as it sounds amazing that we're just gonna put some things out there and just hope people sign up and hope that people come to work with us and rely on referrals, that is great, yes, but it's really hard to build a consistent, predictable, and stable business from that. You need a sales process in order to actually do that. So with this client, we really focused on how can we make sure that she's firstly getting in front of her ideal client and then actually getting them to take action, getting them towards working with her intentionally through certain paths which we were creating just through her content. And again, the things which she was doing anyway, it wasn't even adding in any new things for her. It was just doing things a little bit more strategically and a little bit more intentionally for her. One of the pieces we really worked on a lot here was actually optimizing her profiles that she already had, the accounts she was already posting content to and already had actually an audience there, to really actually create a clear pathway towards working with her. So making sure they were optimized essentially as a shop front, making sure people were able to make decisions about working with her just from what they were able to see on social media without her needing to show up every single day, and also a really clear process for them filling out a form inquiring about working with her, really clear information about her packages, about how she can support people, just making it really clear what she does, why they should work with her, and how she can actually help them, and giving them a clear process to actually signing up. That alone made such a big difference, and we were really able to get inquiries steadily coming in from her social media, whereas before it had been pretty much crickets and it was purely coming from referrals. The second thing we did to have this big shift for her within just 90 days of creating a 6-figure business with just 4 work days a week was really focusing on the predictable and consistent income in her business. So again, going back to where she was previously, she had a lot of inconsistent income. She didn't know how much she was going to be making in 1 month, 2 months, even 3 months, had absolutely no clue whatsoever. It was really just dependent on whoever happened to sign up or however many hours they happened to want with her. So what we did was really create packages which were intentionally focused on creating predictable, consistent income for her. So again, really prioritizing the long-term client relationships, prioritizing a set number of hours and selling packages versus hours. So breaking that tie between her time and her income, and also really encouraging clients to stay with her for longer periods of time and build a lot of, consistent clients. So she didn't need to be relying on clients coming in, brand new ones every single month. And this was what got her to a place of having 5K consistently coming in every single month after the time that we had finished working together. So after those few months working together, she was then able to still have 5K a month coming in, already knowing that she had that coming in, just recurring revenue from the programs that she'd already sold without any new sales coming in. Whereas beforehand, she was very much in a place of not having any idea how much she would be making at all. So she was then able to make completely different life decisions, knowing how much money she had coming in, and able to have that stability of anything else is just extra building on top of that. This was so important for this client in particular because she was very much someone who built her business to have a certain lifestyle. She was the person who loves doing all the hobbies, loves exploring the world, loves just seeing new things and being able to just be very present in the moment. So for her, working 24/7 in her business is not the goal. That is absolutely not the idea of what she actually wants for her life. So being able to create something which hit all her financial goals, is able to support her financially really comfortably, and also giving her that time off, giving her the ability to take an extra day off each week was such a game changer for her. And that is how in just our first 90 days of coaching together, which we continue far past this, but in just our 90 days first coaching together, she went from just 3K a month to getting consistently 6K a month, and actually knowing that was coming in the future, predictable recurring revenue, while also going down from working 5 days a week to working 4 days a week at the same time. So making more money and working less at the exact same time. If this is something you are looking to do more of in your own business, you are looking to make more money and work less hours within your business, I'll put the application form for my one-to-one coaching below because I am currently accepting one-to-one clients. Give this a comment as well. Let me know what was your big takeaway from this client spotlight, and would you like me to do more of these as well? Make sure you give it a like, make sure you subscribe, and I will see you in the next one next Wednesday.